Hello everyone. This is part 2 of the chapter New Centers of Power. In the first part I explained you about the European Union. Now I am going to explain you about the ASEAN and second BRICS. So let's start with the first topic, that is ASEAN. The full form of ASEAN is Association of Southeast Asian Nations, and ASEAN was established in 1967 by the five countries of this region. These are Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand by signing the Bangkok Declaration. And over the years, Brunei, Darussalam, Vietnam, Laos, PDR, Myanmar, and Cambodia joined ASEAN, taking its strength to 10. And these all 10 countries are small nations, but their population altogether stands today at 65 crores, roughly half of India's population. In recent past, this region has recorded the highest economic growth rate. Now the question arises, what are the main objectives of ASEAN? So its main objective is to accelerate economic growth and through that social progress and cultural development, and to promote regional peace and stability based on the rule of law and the principles of the United Nations Charter. It has been made clear in its declaration form that it will be uphold peace, neutrality, cooperation, non-interference, and respect the national differences and sovereign rights. It is also based on the conviction that outstanding territorial dispute should not escalate into armed confrontation, and it wants to prove itself as an organization that carries out coordination of security and foreign policy. ASEAN has focused on creating a free trade area for investment, labor, and services. And one of its objectives is to establish a common market for the region. ASEAN community comprising three pillars, that is ASEAN Security Community, second ASEAN Economic Community, and third is ASEAN Social Cultural Community. If we will talk about the ASEAN Security Community, then we can say it has based on the conviction that outstanding territorial dispute should not escalate into armed confrontation. Already I have told you. And by 2003, through various agreements, member states agreed to uphold peace, neutrality, cooperation, non-interference, and respect for differences and sovereignty rights. And the ASEAN Regional Forum 1994 carries out coordination of security and foreign policy. If we will talk about the second pillar of the ASEAN, that is ASEAN Economic Community, and the objective is to create a common market and production base within ASEAN states and to add social and economic development in the region. As a whole, the economy of the ASEAN region is growing faster than European Union, United States of America, or Japan. Next is ASEAN Social Cultural Community. Its Vision 2020 has defined an outward-looking role for ASEAN in international community, and this builds on the existing ASEAN policy to encourage negotiations over conflicts in the region. Now the next topic is ASEAN and India. So we have seen during the Cold War years, Indian foreign policy did not pay adequate attention to ASEAN. But in recent years, India has tried to make amends. India has adopted a Look East policy. It has signed FTAs with two ASEAN countries, that is Singapore and Thailand, and also trying to sign FTA with ASEAN as a whole. Now I am going to explain you about the new organization which is added in your chapter, and the name of the organization is BRICS. So the term BRICS refers to Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa respectively. BRIC was founded in 2006 in Russia, and BRIC turned into BRICS after the inclusion of South Africa in its first meeting in the year 2009. If we will talk about the objective of BRICS, the main objective of BRICS are primarily to cooperate and distribute mutual economic benefits among its members besides non-interference in the internal policies of each nation and mutual equality. The 11th conference of the BRICS concluded in Brazil in 2019, and this was chaired by Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro. So this is all about the part second. Thank you.